Hey, this is Sinisa from XOAP with another product update session. Today I'm going to show you the latest and greatest features in our platform. Let's go. All right, let's first of all have a look at some of the smaller changes. So for instance, throughout the platform, whenever you have to choose a version of a resource, so you might be aware of the fact that every time you change something inside the platform, because you can edit scripts and stuff like that, we are adding version messages to the specific file. Now, when you choose a script from the resources area, we are now adding the version messages here to make it easier for you to identify which specific version of a script you're going to choose. And this is something that we implemented throughout the platform. Hope it helps you a lot with finding the right scripts. What else do we get? Maybe a little bit into our new inventory module, which is still in preview because we are working heavily on it, adding new features. There's this commands library area that we added. Here you are able to store and configure, change commands that you can use and run against your registered devices. So, for example, we have here different kind of commands that I added here. Things like, for example, installing a PowerShell module with a specific command. Also, everything versioned, as I just mentioned, with the version messages. And if you want to store additional commands, you can just go here, select the type. You need to have a name, so demo command. And then you are able to select the command. So if you want to run something on PowerShell 7 Plus, you can use PowerShell Core. For the old 5.1 PowerShell version, choose PowerShell. And you also have the possibility to create shell commands and CMD commands. And that's basically something which should be very helpful for things that you need more often. And the things that are stored here, if you go to devices and you have a registered device here, you can simply go to the device, go to run command, and you can select the type of a script you want to run. You get automatically a list of available commands. Just choose it again with the version. You get the command here, click on run, and that's basically it. So also, hopefully, a very helpful feature for one-time actions you want to run against your registered devices. Another big change that we implemented in our last update is the possibility to now use PowerShell App Deployment Toolkit version 4 packages. So fully supported, so you're able to upload now version 3, version 4 packages. And you might not be aware that you can also view at the deployment scripts here inside of XOAP. So that's why I'm showing it here, just for you to give you an impression how this looks like, and that version 4 packages are actually also here that can be used. So if you have your own packages that you created with PSADT 4, you can now also upload them directly without any further customizations. In the past, we had some requirements based on the parameters that are inside a script that has to be there and be implemented before you upload them to XOAP. And we also had like a requirement on the naming convention, how you upload the script. So removed all those requirements. You can now just zip your package, upload it. And if there are parameters missing that we needed beforehand, you don't have to take care about that at all. We are adding those during the upload process. So this should help you getting started with XOAP much easier and quicker, because just upload your packages and then you're good to go to install and deploy them. And one great feature that came up with the latest changes that the PowerShell App Deployment Toolkit also supports now is interactive messages during deployment. So this is something that works with XOAP as well. So if you assign applications to devices and nodes, and you have a requirement to have an interactive message shown to the users, you can set the applications for example, here, let's go into this group, to interactive, then users will also get a pop-up in their session and can postpone the package, for example, installation or whatever you want to show. And those are also two things that we added here inside the application groups to make it easier for you to see. If you have a lot of applications inside your groups added, you can directly see now here the deploy type. So is it install, uninstall, repair? And also the deploy mode, so interactive, silent, whatever is supported by the package, to give you easier access to those parameters of the applications and to help you achieve your goal a little bit quicker than before. Let's switch to connections. So one other thing that we implemented here to make your lives easier is the possibility to test a connection. So if you integrated a connection here, you typically had to assign it to an image, run the image, and then that was the point where you actually saw, is the connection working or not. We implemented now for all the cloud providers here in the first step a test connection button. So when you add Google, Azure, AWS, added the information here, just click on test connection and you will get a notification if the connection is valid or not. Let's have a look at inventory. So what did we add here for devices? So we now have a button here called Add Agent, where you are able to access the XOAP Connector resources or installation files. So you can just click download here on the Windows platform, for example. You'll get the latest release that you can download to your device. And then we have the installation command here that you need to use to register the device. So as you might know, you always need a API key to register the XOAP connector and a specific workspace ID. If you don't have API key already, which you can just choose here, then you'll also get the installation command directly that you can just copy, then run the command on your device of your choice, and then the devices will be registered here. So you can either start administrating them with the things that I showed you, like running commands, query scripts against those devices, or use them in your image management pipeline to start creating vSphere, Nutanix, whatever images on your local hypervisors in your local data center, besides the possibilities that we already have with running your image pipelines against Amazon, AWS, Azure, and Google. Yeah, this sums it up a little bit for today. I hope you like the features. Give us a thumbs up or let us know what else you are waiting for features. So we are always happy to have feedback to make the platform better, and see you soon. Bye-bye.